So we're at the shop today and we're working on a Class B Mercedes Sprinter van with an LP generator. It wasn't starting, so we did all the proper checks while it was inside the generator. It was installed inside the generator, so we did all the proper checks, but we needed to go farther with the diag, so we had to pull the generator out. So we pulled the generator out, and now we're going to go through it a little bit more. So we have the generator pulled out, and we already repaired the issue. It was very easy to figure out. But before we reinstall it, I thought it'd be a fun idea to go through the differences between a gasoline generator and an LP generator. So the biggest difference between a LP generator and a gasoline generator is the way the fuel behaves. Gasoline generators have carburetors. Carburetors are responsible for mixing the air and the fuel and atomizing the fuel. All your problems are basically with the carburetor on these gasoline generators. Gasoline fuel ages and they gum up the carburetors, and you have all kind of problems with maintenance. Now with LP generators, you don't have that. They use a demand regulator system. Propane is delivered as a vapor, so it's much more cleaner, much more efficient, and less maintenance with LP generators. So the issue we're having with this LP generator is when you press start, the engine will create suction. So the suction will pull LP to the demand regulator. The demand regulator will open, sending the LP up to the mixer. The mixer will mix the propane and air, and then send it to the combustion chamber where it will run the engine. Well, in this particular case, the propane lines were dry rotted. So since they were dry rotted, we were losing all the pressure before the demand regulator, and the demand regulator was not opening. So we replaced both the primary and secondary LP lines on this generator, and now it will work the way it's supposed to work. Now, some of the pros and cons of having a LP generator versus a gasoline generator: the LP generators are generally a little bit more reliable. You can let these sit for a year or so and then come back to it and they'll start without any issues. As you know, if you have a gasoline generator, you let it sit for a year, then you got to come back and change the carburetor and do all this maintenance to it to get it going. The LP generators are supposedly have less power than the gasoline. So if you're into that, then that's a factor. The LPs burn fuel. The LPs, they burn fuel at a higher rate. The gasolines tend to don't burn as much fuel. So now we're going to go ahead and reinstall it back into the Class B.
Put another bolt in it.
Yeah, I'll go to the other side. I'm not going to tighten it all the way. Can you give me one of those? Sure that was a 15?
Yep.
No, it's not.
It says it's 15 here on the thing.
Can you give me a 14 on the ratchet over there? So we're installing the generator back into the Class B. So we got the generator in. We have to install the 120 volt the remote for the remote start inside the RV, which is right here. We got the 12 volt we still got to put together, and then we'll check it once again. So we're all set. Everything's all hooked up. So now we're gonna just charge the batteries and start it. So we're all done with the generator install. Everything's working, and I'm very happy with the results. So if you do like these type of videos, please like and subscribe. My name is Reese, and thank you again for watching.